This day in boxing history, November 15th at the Los Angeles Sports Arena. The year, 1962. CassiusClay versus ArchieMoore. Ageless Archie versus the LouisvilleLip. Hello fight fans, Coach Nathan here again with a look back at a match between two future Hall of Famers at that time who were going two different directions in their careers. ArchieMoore had an amazing record of 186 wins, 23 defeats, 10 draws with one no contest, and 132 knockouts. Now that's second for all-time highest in boxing history. He held the world light heavyweight title for 10 years, which is a record yet to be broken by any light heavyweight champion. And he beat some outstanding fighters in the process, such as former world champion Joey Maxson, who was fresh off a victory over the great Sugar Ray Robinson, also former world middleweight champion Bobo Olsen, and another former light heavyweight champion, Harold Johnson. And Archie had the daring to face Hall of Fame heavyweight champions such as the great Rocky Marciano and two-time world champion Floyd Patterson. CassiusClay at this time was 2 years after winning the gold medal at the Rome Olympics in 1960 and unbeaten with a record of 15-0. These guys also had a brief history together, and the young Cassius had moved to San Diego, California. Now that was Moore's adopted hometown, and he did that to be mentored by Archie, but didn't like the additional routine of washing dishes and cleaning the floors, which he was required to do. So he soon left for Miami Beach, Florida, where he signed a contract with the legendary Angelo Dundee and Drew Bundini Brown. As for the fight, Moore was paid $75,000. Clay was paid $40,000. Not bad money, being at the early 1960s. Now Clay, who was also known at this time for his poetic predictions, stated they almost fall in the round I call. And he said in this match that ArchieMoore must fall in 4. Now once the bell rang, ageless Archie, who by different accounts was either 48 or 49 years old at this time, well, he looked like ancient Archie, always being 2 steps behind the parade, meaning 2 steps behind the parade of power punches and combinations he ate, being dropped 3 times before finally being stopped in the predicted 4th round. Now, although this fight was a mismatch, it could still be viewed as a gateway to greatness, as Clay went on to be known as the greatest heavyweight of all time and the first man to win the heavyweight championship of the world 3 times, as Muhammad Ali. As for Moore, the sun would soon set on a brilliant boxing career, as he would have one more fight, a knockout in the 3rd round over Mike DiBiase, and become a Hall of Fame trainer as well as a Hall of Fame fighter. And he was trained the likes of Big George Foreman, world light heavyweight champ Bob Foster, another world light heavyweight champion later in the 80s, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, and heavyweight contender Ernie Shavers. Now on a personal note, I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Moore, aka the Old Mongoose, when I was a young amateur back in the day, as he was friends with my trainer Willie Barnes. Now this was at the gym that he often frequented and I trained out of back in the early 1980s, and that's the Hoover Street Gym in Los Angeles, California. And he was always a nice and down-to-earth guy to be around as well. So that's my take on this one, folks. A look back at boxing history, November 15th, 1962. But don't forget, for elite boxing instruction, elite boxing analysis, and elite boxing philosophy, click that like and notification button, share and subscribe to NS Champ 7-part boxing series at nschamp7.com. And as always, I'll be seeing you the next main event.